everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to create or update ActiveCampaign contact from LinkedIn lead gen forms leads. So I'm an owner of a digital marketing agency and I promote my business with the help of LinkedIn ads. Here what I want is that as soon as by the potential customers or clients, a new lead is going to be generated using LinkedIn lead gen forms, I want to add that lead as a contact in my ActiveCampaign account. Now creating these contacts manually after new lead is generated is very time consuming. So what I did was I simply automated this entire process with the help of Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. And here in this automation, we are going to build a connection between LinkedIn lead gen forms and ActiveCampaign with the help of it. So if you also want to learn about this amazing automation process step by step, for that let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to create or update ActiveCampaign contact from LinkedIn lead gen form leads. So as an owner of a digital marketing agency, I use LinkedIn lead gen forms to collect potential client details directly from LinkedIn. I use ActiveCampaign to manage my email marketing, automate follow-ups and nurture relationship with my leads. However, manually transferring lead information from LinkedIn to ActiveCampaign is very time consuming. So to solve this, I've automated this entire process of creating or updating contacts in my ActiveCampaign account whenever a lead fills out a form with the help of LinkedIn lead gen forms. This ensures every lead is instantly added to my ActiveCampaign database without any manual efforts. And I'm going to create this amazing automation between these two applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button. As I'm going to do that, you'll be landed towards Pabbly Connect's dashboard. After coming to Pabbly Connect's dashboard, in order to create an automation in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you. It's asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Create or Update ActiveCampaign Contact for LinkedIn Lead Gen Forms Leads. Okay, this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. After that, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select LinkedIn Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create or Update ActiveCampaign Contact for LinkedIn Lead Gen Forms Leads. And over here, you can see there are two windows in front of you. One says Trigger, other says Action. So what is Trigger and Action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means our action, what is it? It's a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as LinkedIn Lead Gen Forms. As with the help of LinkedIn Lead Gen Forms, I'm collecting the data of my leads. I want that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated with the help of LinkedIn Lead Gen Forms, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response of that. That is why for the trigger application, I've selected it as LinkedIn Lead Gen Forms. And for the trigger event, I'm going to select as New Lead Gen Form Response. Okay. After selecting the trigger application and the event, I'm going to hit on this Connect button right here. As I'm going to do that, a window is then going to appear in front of you, on which click on Add New Connection, or else you can select the existing connection. After that, over here it says Connect with LinkedIn Lead Gen Form. Hit on this button right here. As I've clicked on it, you can see right over here, LinkedIn has now been successfully connected to Pabbly Connect. As now the connection is done, over here you can see it is asking for the account and the lead form. For the account over here, I'm going to select the account that I've created in the name of Pabbly Ad Account. Okay, so what I'm going to do is for the account, I'm going to select as Pabbly's Ad Account. And for the lead form, I have created a lead form in the name of lead form. So I'm going to select the lead form right over here. Okay, after selecting the account and the lead form over here, you can see it is saying Save and Send Test Request button. As I'm going to click on this button, the last lead that was generated with the help of this form right over here is going to be captured in this response. Okay. So before click on this button, I'm going to generate a new lead. And after generating a new lead, I'm going to hit on this button to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of this lead that I'm going to generate or not. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new lead, a test lead. Okay. For that, I'm going to open my ad that I'm running. So this is the ad that I'm running. You can see right over here. And to generate the test lead, I'm going to click on this apply now button. So this is the lead form you can see right away, with the help of which the leads are going to be generated. And if I'm going to scroll down, you can see right away the data of the first name, last name, and the company name has already been selected. It is because I don't have a paid account with LinkedIn right over here. That is why these details are already been selected. But if you have the paid account, you will have the option of filling these details according to the leads requirement as well. Okay. As I don't have the paid account, that is why it has already been selected. This is the default response right here. Okay. But over here, it is asking for the email address and the phone number. So we're going to fill in the details. Firstly, for the email address over here, I'm going to write it as testlead4567@pabblytudes.com. This is the email address. And for the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. Okay. After filling in the required details, I'm going to click on the submit button to generate the test lead. So I'm going to hit on the submit button right here. As I've done that, it says information sent to Pabbly. As now the dummy lead has been generated, now I'm going to go back to my workflow and hit on the save and send test request button right here. As I'm going to do that, you can see right over here, Pabbly Connect has captured the response. Let us tally the response. The form name comes as lead form. You can see right over here. If I'm going to scroll down, the email of the lead comes as testlead4567@pabblytudes.com. And for the phone number, this is the dummy mobile number that we have entered. Okay. And with that, if I'm going to scroll down, the first name comes over here as Pabbly. The last name comes as Subscription Billing Management Service. And for the company name as Magnet Brains. This was the default response that was selected while we have done the form submission. Okay. But as the response of the lead being generated has been captured, this means that LinkedIn lead gen forms is now connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is done. Now, whenever a new lead is going to be generated with the help of LinkedIn lead gen forms by the leads, automatically in the similar manner, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of that. But if the response is not captured instantly after the new lead is generated, then do not worry. LinkedIn lead gen forms is a polling based application. You can see right away it says 10 minutes is the polling duration. This means that in every 10 minutes, whenever a new data is going to be captured by LinkedIn lead gen forms, it is going to send that new data to Pabbly Connect in every 10 minutes. And if you want to make any changes in this polling duration, click on these three dots and click on the set trigger time button right over here. As I'm going to click on this button, you can see it says set trigger time. This window is then going to appear in front of you. Over here for the trigger time field, this is the drop down. I'm going to click on it. The minimum trigger time over here in the drop down is given as 10 minutes with the maximum being 24 hours. You can select the option according to your requirement. I'm going to select it as 10 minutes and click on this save button. Okay. So now as LinkedIn lead gen forms is connected to Pabbly Connect, our trigger setup is done. My objective is that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated using LinkedIn lead gen forms, I want to add that lead as a contact in my ActiveCampaign account. So now to do that, we're going to set up our action step. And for the action application over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as ActiveCampaign as I want to create or update a contact in my ActiveCampaign account. And for the action event, I'm going to select as create or update contact. And then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection. Okay. After that, it is asking for the API key and the URL. For the API key, the steps are given here below in the head test to have the API key that we want. Okay. Firstly, we need to log into our ActiveCampaign account, then go to the settings tab. From that, we have to go to developers, and then we are going to have the API key. I'm going to open my ActiveCampaign account. So this is my ActiveCampaign account. You can see right over here. And now to have the details from the left side of the panel, I'm going to go to the settings option right here. Under settings, it says developer. I'm going to select this option right here. And as I've come to this page, you can see the URL and the key is provided. So for the URL, I'm going to copy this URL from here. And this is the URL. I'm going to paste this URL right over here. In the URL, it is just asking for the URL. So I'm going to remove this HTTPS data from here. Okay. After that, for the key, if I'm going to go back, this is the key. I'm going to copy this key from here and paste it right over here. Okay. And then I'm going to click on the save button. As you can see, ActiveCampaign has now been connected to Pabbly Connect. After connected, it is asking for the email, first name, last name, and all the other details of the contact that we're going to create in our ActiveCampaign account. So for the data of these fields, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. What is mapping? Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, this was the previous step. As I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. It is asking for the email of our contact that we want to create. So in my previous response, I have received my lead's email and I want to create this lead as a contact in my ActiveCampaign account. So I'm going to select the data of the email from my previous response. As I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. It is asking for the first name. So in my previous response, I have received the first name right over here. Okay, this is the first name. I'm going to map the data. For the last name, we have received the data of the last name. So I'm going to map the data of the last name that I've received. For the phone number, I'm going to map the data of the phone number that I've received. Okay, this is the phone number. I'm going to map the data. After that, it is asking for the details like the tag ID, which I do not require. So I'm going to skip the part. For the list, we have created a list in the name of master contact list. I'm going to select that list from here from the drop down. Okay. After that, it is asking for the account ID, which I do not require. So I'm going to skip the part. Next, it is asking for the job title, which is also not a required field. So I'm going to skip the part. Okay. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on this save and send test request button. As I've done that, you can see right away we've received a response, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my ActiveCampaign account and I'm going to check whether a new contact has been added in my ActiveCampaign account or not. Okay, so for that, I'm going to open my ActiveCampaign account. So this is my ActiveCampaign's account contacts page, and you can see right over here a new contact has been added in this account right here. Okay, if I'm going to tally the response of this contact, the name comes as Pabbly Subscription Billing Management Services. You can see right away this was the default name right over here. For the email comes as testlead4567@pabblytudes.com, and this is a dummy mobile number. As now this lead has been created as a contact in my ActiveCampaign account. This means that we successfully created an automation between LinkedIn lead gen forms and ActiveCampaign with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum till now what we have done. I am an owner of a digital marketing agency and I promoted with the help of LinkedIn lead gen forms. I want that as soon as a new lead is going to be generated by the potential customers or clients with the help of LinkedIn lead gen forms, that is I've set up this trigger. Automatically that lead should be added as a contact in my ActiveCampaign account. That is why I've set up this action step right over here. And in this automation, I've built the connection between these two applications. Okay, so this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.